Cardi B might have had a lot of help getting up the stairs at the Met Gala, but none of her 10 dress handlers seem to be able to help her remember the name of her outfit's designer, Sen Lee. And now it's caused a huge controversy on social media as the internet has gone ablaze after a recent clip of her at the Met Gala went viral where she says she doesn't even know who designed her dress and refers to him as some Asian guy, which people found belittling and racially insensitive. Cardi is now responding to all the backlash in a lengthy video, and we've got to talk about this messy situation. In case you missed it, this week Cardi B had a bit of a deer-in-the-headlights stare when Emma Chamberlain asked her about her dress at the Met Gala. She was asked who designed her dress, and this was the viral clip that was going around all over social media where she did not even know the designer's name that created her Met Gala look.
But you feel amazing? Who made this?
I feel amazing. It's this amazing designer. They're Asian and everything, so yeah.
I love it!
This obviously pissed off a lot of people as the Met Gala is an annual event. There is so much work these designers go through into creating these outfits that's going to be displayed to millions of people all around the world. And let's not forget that it's reported that the Met Gala is apparently around $50,000 to $75,000 just to be able to attend. I mean, it's reported that the designers of these celebrities' dresses have put upwards of 10,000 hours into creating these outfits, and you could only imagine why this would piss off a lot of people, especially someone who recently worked for Vogue that decided to call Cardi out for not putting some respect on her designer's name. Now, specifically when Cardi referred to her designer as an Asian guy, people found that part to be very belittling and also racially insensitive. And that's why she was getting a lot of comments with people saying things like, "There's no excuse, Asian and everything. Girl, you didn't like being called a Mexican. They paid $50,000 for her to go there and she doesn't know their name? She could care less. Doesn't appreciate anything." This was obviously so shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people were pissed off. Everyone else seemed to have known their designer's name when they were talking about their dress. And I mean, this is an event like the Met Gala. It's a fashion-based event, so you would think these celebrities would at least be told who the designer of their dress was. Shortly after this clip made its way to all different realms of social media, Cardi not only was receiving comments slamming her for her remark by people all over the internet, but also received a comment by Vogue's former managing director, Gilbert Chi, who decided to publicly call her out in the comment section. Now, Gilbert called out Cardi on Instagram and put some respect on the designer's name, Sen Lee, writing, "For the record and recognition, and no thanks to Cardi B, the designer of her gown is Sen Lee, who's Chinese. The gown took 2 months to make. I personally think it's boring and not even on theme, but she chose it and should have at least remembered his name and not just that he's Asian." Eye roll emoji. This in turn riled up even more drama as this was the former Vogue managing director speaking out, so it kind of said a lot. There were a lot of people praising Gilbert for how he carried the situation and how he called out Cardi in a respectful manner, but there were also people on the other side of the spectrum. You had people telling Cardi to clock it, that her explanation in her video that she came out with was valid, and that it's common to forget people's names sometime. Shortly afterwards was when Cardi decided to address and set the record straight regarding the criticism she was getting over this video. Cardi also seemingly threw a little bit of shade at Gilbert, the former Vogue managing director.
Hi guys, I want to make this very clear because I see a former director of Vogue trying to be funny, or like maybe because he felt offended about something or whatever. And I see a lot of you guys fake gagging on Twitter. But I want to make this very clear, right? First thing first, when I was on the carpet, I was very scared because the dress was supposed to be like on a little podium, and I've been practicing how to pose on the podium, but at the carpet I wasn't allowed to use the podium, so I had a lot of things on my mind and I was being rushed to the front of the line. So when I was getting interviewed, I kind of forgot to pronounce the designer's name because his name is a little bit complicated. So I was like, damn, how to pronounce his name? Like my mind was just racing. I think the former director of Vogue, he got offended because I said Asian designer. I said Asian designer because I know that the designer was Asian, but I wasn't sure what nationality the designer was. And I feel like it's offensive if I was to be like, oh, some Chinese designer or some Korean designer or some Vietnamese designer, because I feel like I don't want to get somebody's nationality mixed up. So I said an Asian designer. So I didn't say that to be offensive or to get your little Speedos in a bunch. But I do feel like, as a person that work in fashion, I feel like the designer and my stylist, we work really hard for this theme. So for you to be kind of shady because you feel offended or whatever, it just proves why you're the former director.
Cardi also went into explaining how she had no ill intent when she called the designer Asian, and that she didn't mean it in a derogatory way, which is how some people perceived it from the video clip that was going viral. Lots of people were in support of Gilbert for speaking out. They were commenting things like this on his Instagram. "You were absolutely right in your statement about Cardi. She's the one who disrespected the hard work and effort behind the scenes, where you wear a designer's work on the biggest night in fashion. The least you can do is remember the designer's name. That's one of the main questions reporters ask on the carpet, SMH. I'm glad you called her out." And he ended up liking this comment. This person said, "What you said was right, and I hope you stand on it. I'm not sure why she's saying Sensen Lee is hard to pronounce, especially considering her full name. But if he can spend that much time on her dress, the least she can do is remember 3 syllables. Damn, she kinda went off on that. Cardi is and always has been ignorant and disrespectful. You did the right thing by calling her out." People also noticed she made this post on her Twitter where she seemingly rectified what seemed to be her disrespecting her designer, and this time she actually credited her designer by name on her Twitter, and she revered Sensen Lee for his work. On her Twitter, she wrote, "I have to give another thank you to Windowsin by Sensen Lee. I have to give another thank you to Windowsin by Sensen Lee. I chose you because of your amazing talent, and you came through really making this Met Gala a night to remember." There were also rumors going around all over TikTok after this situation that Cardi was apparently going to be banned from the future Met Galas here on out due to her quote-unquote disrespect on the designer's name. And to that, Cardi said in another portion of her video, "Baby, I'm Cardi B. Stop it. Like, she's Cardi B. There's no way she's gonna be banned from a Met Gala because of how famous she is."
For you guys to talk about like, "Oh, she don't know this, she's not a fashion, she's this, she's not gonna get invited this year." Baby, I'm Cardi B.
Baby, she's Cardi B. Enough said.
This person made a comment that a lot of people agreed with, saying, "Okay, but imagine y'all made someone a dress that took 2 months and they get on the carpet and say, he's Chinese. Girl, just apologize. It's literally okay to forget what the designer's name is. Cardi had a valid reason of why she forgot the name of the designer." But this person responded and said that it's still not professional. No, she didn't. She's a professional and an entertainer, and this is her job. It's a part of her job to remember these kind of details, and she failed to do her job properly. This is not just some party event for everyone. For everyone who works behind the scenes, it's a work event. She's worked so closely with this person for months and has claimed that a lot of planning went into it, yet at no point in that process did she learn his name or where he came from. Sounds like BS to me. But still, it's really not a crime to forget the designer's name when being interviewed, especially when you get nervous. No, it's not. That's BS that she was nervous. She's not new to this. She had 2 months to learn the designer's name, and it's an excuse and racist in my opinion that the name was hard to pronounce. Come on, girl. You lie because you got caught out. She just didn't care enough to learn the designer's name. I hope she doesn't get to go next year because of this. She sucks, and her response is not it. So, as you can tell, a lot of people were pissed off about this whole situation. But anyways, guys, I want to know your thoughts on this whole fiasco. Was Cardi wrong for not reciting the designer's name on the carpet? Or do you think it was genuinely a lapse of judgment in the moment? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.